Okay, we're going to take a look at Mary's paper. Mary's is called Chirping is for the Birds, and this is about how we complain too much and we should really do something to stop it. So these first couple of paragraphs or few paragraphs, I'm just going to note a few general things that might apply to everyone. First of all, we have while you here. We've got to get rid of that. So Mary's going to have to revise, in a variety of ways to get rid of while you. Here we all do it, some more than others, comma, but no one is guilt-free because this is a new clause here, so we have to put the comma before but. Does anyone come out of a complaint-riddled conversation? A hyphen here, I think, would be good since this is becoming an adjective now with before conversation. Okay. He believes that complaining is a learned behavior that starts in our early childhood years. We just don't need a comma here, okay? And then in this sentence, it is worded a little bit strange. The basic cycle behind his beliefs is that when we are newborns, we cry and receive comfort. Just the wording of the basic cycle is strange to me. I see that the cycle in general, where you are a baby, then you are a child. I can see how that might be a cycle. I think I'm just going to recommend revising this in some way so that it is more clear. Also, we move on the childhood years, so maybe we move into the childhood years, and when we whine, we receive comfort. So some wording issues there. So it is only natural reaction that as adults, we complain in the search for solace, attention, or support. So you can use a comma here. Also, there's really no need for commas after coordinating conjunctions that begin sentences. I know that is a common thing to put there, but just imagine, so like back up with this one. Here we have a coordinating conjunction that we are connecting these two sentences, so we need the comma right there. If we had just done a compound sentence here, we would do a comma here and then lowercase so, and there wouldn't be a comma there. So the same rule applies. If you start your sentence with so, you still don't need a comma there, really. I know you see it in some places where people are taking a pause or whatever, but I really like sticking with the fast and strict rules when it comes to commas. Okay, so citing. So Cunningham is the source for this one. We're going to save this period. You won't ever have two periods back to back, so delete this period right here. They are sitting in a doctor's office or standing in line, and to break the ice, comma, they turn to the person next to them and complain. The listener then responds with another complaint, comma, same thing, coordinating conjunction, and it just continues. Same thing here. One person starts, comma, and the rest of the community follows suit. So this next sentence says, which is one reason I steer clear of social media. So I'm pretty sure you get to first person at the end of your paper. Okay, this part I don't mind too much because you actually experiment with the solutions that you found. But let's try to keep first person point of view out of it. You can just simply delete this sentence and your paragraph is still very strong. Italicize Irish Independent. And then it is also known that chronic complaining may rewire the brain to complain more. So there's a variety of ways to get rid of you and your, and you're just going to have to work on that. Okay, I want to look at the marked up paragraph. So your original paragraph began with Dr. Kowalski believes that she has come up with a healthier solution to complaining. So I've stressed over and over, by now everybody's getting sick of hearing this, that you shouldn't start a paragraph with source information. So the easiest way to deal with this is just to look and see what it is you're getting from that source, what it is you're getting from the whole paper, and come up with a general way to start the paragraph. So this is the most general sentence that you can have for this paragraph. There are ways to overcome chronic complaining. Dr. Kowalski believes that she has come up with a healthy solution, period. Because we want to be careful about repeating words, and so complaining is not necessary here. So just end it. She suggests that before complaining, the person should write a letter explaining how he or she feels and what the complaint is. So all of that was to get rid of the YOU. Dr. Kowalski isn't alone in suggesting this type of method. Martha Beck, an author and sociologist, believes that complaining is done to relieve pressure. Beck says, keeping emotional pressure tolerably low doesn't change the problematic circumstances, but rather perpetuates them to deal with the emotional pressure. So this quote was like not really obvious, on first reading. So I felt like you should come back with a tag here to kind of connect everything. So to deal with the emotional pressure, Beck suggests giving up complaining for a period of time, and if during the period any complaints arise, to write them down. Beck also encourages to look for positive outcomes, urging complainers to also write down any solutions to the initial complaints. This practice will focus the energy from complaining to looking for solutions. So not really changing what you're saying, just how it's being said. Okay, so that is the marked up one. Always start out with a general topic sentence and then support that topic sentence, which ends up doing very well here. Okay, Mary spends some time in first person because she has experimented with this. That's okay. Okay, moving down here, we're excited. Okay, we want to make sure that we have last name first. Make sure that is in MLA 8th. You wouldn't italicize Dublin here, I don't believe, unless it's a part of the name, which I don't think it is. I think that's just the location. Okay, so make sure, so this is interesting. I'm seeing Mead Walker, which I'm wondering if that's the way it is. Miko, whatever, and Katie Bryan. Well, up here in the first, I see a Cunningham. So we need to make sure that you have, okay, you have the Cunningham. Where is this citation, I wonder? Looks like you just don't have it. So make sure that you get all of your citations in there. All right, I think it's going to be a good paper. Thank you for volunteering. I look forward to seeing your final draft. Thanks a lot.